Hello viewers, this is Nazir Mahmood again, and this time we will be discussing Pakistan's politics in the 21st century, which has led to the present impasse and the current political situation in which our former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif had to deliver a scathing speech in Gujranwala. So briefly I will be talking about some background of how things have reached this stage when a former prime minister had to speak so openly and clearly about the forces which have been conspiring against democracy and democratically elected leaders in Pakistan. Well, I think in the past 20 years or so, 20 or 21 years, there have been at least half a dozen events, 5 or 6 events, in which popular vote has been stolen and the sanctity of public opinion has been violated. How that happened? Let's start from 1999. Nawaz Sharif was the Prime Minister of Pakistan and he had two-thirds majority in the parliament. And when he tried to remove the then Army Chief General Pervez Musharraf, there was a revolt against him and Nawaz Sharif himself was arrested and put behind bars. And a leading role in that coup was played by Muzaffar Usmani, who recently died in Karachi. He was the one in Karachi as Corps Commander. He led the revolt against elected Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and he was the one who took control of the airport in Karachi when Musharraf's plane was about to land. Anyway, that's a detailed story. But in short, in 1999, Nawaz Sharif, elected Prime Minister of Pakistan, who had two-thirds majority, his government was toppled and General Musharraf took over and appointed himself Chief Executive of Pakistan. So this was the first major violation of public opinion and stealing of, so to say, public vote. Then Chief Justice of Pakistan, Sayyiduzzaman Siddiqui, refused to take oath under the provisional constitutional order issued by General Musharraf. So General Musharraf appointed a new Chief Justice, Irshad Hassan Khan, who ultimately became one of the worst Chief Justices in Pakistan's history. And when I say worst Chief Justice, that means that one of the criteria is that how far that Chief Justice has supported democracy in the country. So right from Justice Munir to Chief Justice Irshad Hassan Khan. Irshad Hassan Khan not only validated General Musharraf's takeover, but he also gave him 3 years to hold elections, and he also gave him powers to make required amendments in the constitution. Can you imagine, a constitution which is made by the assembly, a chief justice of a country gives a dictator, military dictator, powers to amend the constitution at his will, approved by the Supreme Court of Pakistan. So General Musharraf at ease ruled for the first 3 years, and then as per the instructions of or suggestions by the Chief Justice, he organized elections in 2002, and even after that election, he had to manipulate. How did he manipulate? He wanted his own person as Prime Minister. So there was massive horse trading, arm twisting. From People's Party, people like Faisal Saleh Hayat and Sherpao were enticed to defect from People's Party. Similarly, from Noon League, Qaf League emerged, led by Chaudhry Shujat Hussain and Chaudhry Parvez Ilahi, these Chaudhry brothers. So they sided with Musharraf, and so that's how Musharraf appointed Zafrullah Jamali as the new Prime Minister of the country. But then he was also removed by Musharraf and then Chaudhry Shujat for a couple of weeks, and finally General Pervez Musharraf decided to bring in a new name, Shaukat Aziz, from United States. Shaukat Aziz was not in Pakistan for many years. He was not a Pakistani politician. He had no public support, but he was the choice of General Musharraf. So the whole entire state machinery supported him. They brought him in, and he became Prime Minister of Pakistan. So after 4 years, so that was also a major, stealing of public trust. Then finally, next major step was assassination of Benazir Bhutto in 2007. When she was coming at that time, she was in her mid 50s and she was emerging as a major statesperson. She was a senior politician and one of the best politicians that Pakistan has had. So, but that was the reason probably why she was removed, because she had become a major challenge. She could pose a major challenge to the undemocratic forces or anti-democratic forces in the country. So that's why she was assassinated in 2007. After that, Yusuf Raza Gilani became Prime Minister of Pakistan. So the next major step was when Yusuf Raza Gilani was also removed by the then Chief Justice of Pakistan, Chaudhry Iftikhar. So Chaudhry Iftikhar, what he did, he asked Yusuf Raza Gilani to write a letter to Switzerland against the President of Pakistan. Can you imagine? So a Chief Justice of a country asking Prime Minister of a country to write a letter against the President to a foreign country, which is Switzerland. Yusuf Raza Gilani, Prime Minister, refused. So the Chief Justice removed, elected Prime Minister of Pakistan. So that was again a major breach of trust which people had in institutions. Then the next major step was when Nawaz Sharif was also removed in 2017 by the Supreme Court on a very frivolous kind of case in which it was alleged that Nawaz Sharif did not get some salary that he was supposed to get from his son's company, something like that. So the court ordered that Nawaz Sharif was not eligible to be the Prime Minister of the country. And then there were numerous other corruption charges and cases. So that's why he was also removed. Finally, the next major step was the stealing of the 2018 election. Now, it is widely believed that those elections were not fair and free, and they were highly manipulated to bring in Imran Khan to power so that he could toe the line. Now the question is, in the 21st century, when these 5-6 major events took place which went against people's interest and against people's will, why didn't people protest? Why didn't they come out? Now it is as simple as that. People had trust in institutions. What that means, even prime ministers who were removed, political leaders, they did not come out openly against those people who were conspiring. Why? Because it's very simple. They did not want to, as they say, wash dirty linen in public. They did not want to show openly to the world that the politicians are talking so openly and so clearly. So that is one of the reasons why they didn't do. But now it seems, after this speech, very clear speech by Nawaz Sharif, that they have been pushed to a corner and they had no other option. Nawaz Sharif also had no other option, but he had to come out clearly and openly and name names, that who were the people who did all this. So this is the background. It has, in all 70-year history of violation of people's trust and stealing of elections and violating people's opinion. Now finally, in the past 20 years, I have briefly given you that at least first removal of Nawaz Sharif in 1999, then manipulation of elections and forming a government by Musharraf in 2002. Second, third was assassination of Benazir Bhutto in 2007. Fourth was removal of Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani by Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry. Then removal of Nawaz Sharif himself on a very trivial and concocted, so to say, case. And lastly, the stealing of 2018 elections and bringing in of Imran Khan as the Prime Minister. So this is the brief background of the politics. Now the latest situation is that politicians are talking openly, and what that means that coming few months we will have more fireworks. Thank you very much. And then I would like to request you once again that please subscribe to Ghori channel, which gives you on and off such kind of brief 5 to 10 minutes videos. Thank you very much.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon, so you never miss any new updates, cause whenever we upload new video you will get a notification on your phone.